Three P's to business success. And we're live. First P to business success. This is John Checky, founder of Checky Consulting and co-founder of Checky Financial. It is the first Monday that we've been back in the country. It's January the 9th. Three P's. Number one, process. Number two, people. Number three, everybody's favorite, profits. So how do you get from here to there? Let's start with process. Process can be as simple as having your business card on the back of your telephone. Why is that a handy process to have in advance? Let's imagine you're on a bus that goes from parking lot or garage to a cruise ship, 7-day cruise planned, booked, and your telephone slips out of your back pocket. What on earth do you do to ever find that phone again? Now, some of us have that locator on our telephone as an application, but what if you don't have any other medium to go ahead and contact your phone? In other words, you don't have access to another phone or computer. Having your business card on the back of your telephone might be of some consequence. That's one process. In other words, having a backup plan to safety. It's another process, writing things down. In other words, each year you have your stated goals. That's great, and a plan to execute those stated goals. You can then, on a regular basis, check your key performance indicators, commonly called KPIs. When you have a process, you have a much better idea, especially when you consult with people who have objectivity, in terms of where your processes have a bottleneck, where they have conflict, where they have flow. And then, in addition to that, one of the processes you want to have is proper accounting. So you know what the heck is going on with your numbers on a regular basis. I'll give you a story on that very concept. Talked to a couple who were in a long-standing printing business. They had done well enough to own a building, to have a flourishing business. And I asked them what was their most profitable line. And they said, gee, that's a good question. My response, gee, that's a bad answer. Follow up with, oh, we are having some problems with our accounting system. I said, okay, the first thing you need to do is get to the bottom of your accounting system so you have some idea what's profitable, what's not. And you might even consider asking yourself, when was the last time you used that boat that you have stored in this facility? Speedboat. On a more successful note, although they did straighten out that situation, they did in fact straighten out their accounting situation. They did go on to sell their business about 5 years later and lived happily ever after. Another business situation, couple, wildly successful, very profitable, knew their numbers, had a partnership with a handshake. Now, there was a time in Texas, I'm told, that people actually honored handshakes and kept their word and the like. About 1973 or so, when the prime rate of interest hit 10% for the first time in history, all kinds of deals were broken and all kinds of handshakes were violated. And in time, business went to hell in a handbasket. Having things written down is a very important process. Advise the client that it's not a good idea to have a handshake partnership with 4 partners, especially one of whom was single and about to be married to someone else. I said, I don't know much, but I can guarantee you this partnership will implode and somebody's going to get pinched out of this deal. And what happened? Exactly what I just said. So what did we do? We helped them negotiate a settlement for the buyout. It went very well, since the people that we were with whom we were consulting were brilliant people. They were asked to come back and help out in terms of this. They did collect their money. They did negotiate an excellent settlement. and then they diversified into a broad range of investments, which will provide them income on a regular basis. So one, oh, and two, they did form a couple of new companies, and yes, everything was written down from that point forward. Make no mistake about it. So having things written down, having a process, having a step-by-step, oh, by the way, this is how we do things, consult with the people who are actually doing the things. People. Let's talk about getting the right people on the bus and putting them in the right seats. For instance, if you have someone who's kind of talkative and analytical, have that person roam around, ask lots of questions, and get to the bottom of what is and what ain't within your organization. Also, if you have people that are kind of struggling and their complexion kind of changes and their attitude changes on a constant basis, they're always kind of tired and complaining, we know that that person either has a malady of some sort or is in a situation where they're not getting a chance to exercise their amazingly unique ability. If you want to do some more research on unique ability, go look that up. The Waller sisters did a spectacular job for a strategic coach when it came to coming out with a step-by-step method of identifying your unique ability, soliciting an opinion of people around you that know you better than you know you because they have objectivity, and then having more than an inkling of how the heck you can actually be in the right slot for doing what you're doing. So having a process very commonly will identify who's doing well and who's not within your company. And then further, you can make adjustments within your organization, which we've helped people with over the years, to go ahead and one, identify people who need to be promoted right out of the organization, and two, reposition people within the organization, which then spills over to the fact if our processes are running smoothly and we've identified our sweet spots and our loss leaders and have our people in the right places, son of a gun, profits have a tendency to increase. It's nice to know when you can say, oh boy, we're having a win here, as opposed to the fantasy island version. In other words, fantasy of what you want to be when you grow up. For instance, if you're just starting out in business, it's a great idea to consult with people who have personalities similar to yours in the same geographic area. I might like to mentor you. You might look into micro mentor. You might look into groups of affiliates or affiliated or related entities which are in the same profession and business as you. And that sounds so odd to say, but whether you're Joe Polish, who years ago used to be a carpet cleaner, who then learned how to do marketing from any number of amazing, gifted, and talented marketers, and then started to go into the marketing business and the seminar business to help people define their process of how they would market, formed a group called I Love Marketing, which was originally titled I Hate Marketing, and then flourished to the point where he started doing consulting with all kinds of different people to help them build their brands, sell their books, and prosper, and then became one of the most amazing connection people who ever lived. And now I'm happy to say he's found love in his life, which is wonderful for he and Dr. Sherry in terms of getting together. So one, make sure your processes are in place and consult with folks who can help you refine those processes. Two, make sure your people are properly positioned so they can actually realize their hopes and dreams. Let's consult with the people to find out how the organization can become more effective and efficient and profitable. And profitable is defined not only as money, but the freedom to do the things you love to do with the people you love and with the people you love. So let's talk about process, people, and profits. And let's improve each and every one of them in 2023 and into the future. Have fun. Be well. This is John Checky. You can reach us at 972-422-8294 or 972-816-3961 at your convenience. You can also look up our financial planning practice, which is on CheckyFinancial.com. We've been in that business since God Bless America 1988. My son JJ also works with us. and has for the last 10 years. And he's had some wonderful successes, no kidding, because when you call 972-8294, you get to talk to people who've actually done this before, helping people build their business, sell their business, retain profits, and lead the life that most people read about in magazines. This is John Checky wishing you a happy, healthy Monday.